Alright, yo, what up YouTube, what up boxing fans, ZK Fight News here, and the next fight is coming up this Saturday. Has war written all over it. I'm talking about Mike Alvarado Mile High versus Siberian Rocky. Ruslan Provodnikov. This is a great fight. This is a great fight, and styles make fights, and oddly enough, very ironic that Arturo Gatti versus Mickey Ward Legendary Nights is going to air right after this, because this could be one of those fights that reminds you of Arturo Gatti versus Mickey Ward, and I'm talking about Mike Alvarado versus Ruslan Provodnikov. Provodnikov reminds me of Mickey Ward a little bit. He doesn't have that devastating left hook to the body, but he's kind of got that style where he's sort of has trouble on the outside. He can throw punches, and he's got a great clubbing right hand. And he's got a solid left hook as well. To the head. His left hook to the head is a devastating shot. It's almost like Ward's left hook to the body. However, on the outside, when he's against a mobile fighter, the foot movement gives him issues, hand speed gives him issues. He's not the fastest guy in the world, but he still knows how to land punches. He doesn't have much of a defense. That was Mickey Ward. Not much of a defense, but he's got a ton of heart, and he can make you feel his punches. And he's just the kind of guy that'll get outboxed against quicker, faster guys. Guys with fast feet and fast hands, and they know how to use it. Mike Alvarado really did a great job in his last fight, avenging, really showed a lot of heart avenging his only loss against Brandon Rios, where he got TKO'd in 7, and he came back to win a unanimous decision in Vegas. And that was an excellent fight. It really put him on the map in terms of a fighter that can make adjustments, and in terms of a fighter that can come back after being knocked out and really show that he's got the heart and will to, change it up a bit. Use his legs, use his foot movement, and outbox his man. And I just think, in terms of what these fighters have done in the past, Mike Alvarado will get that extra push being at home in Denver, Colorado, for this fight. And if I had to pick a winner, I'd pick Mike Mile High Alvarado. I think he's got the skills and the hand speed and the power just enough to keep Ruslan Provodnikov off of him and get his respect. And if he can bust him up, because he's got great punching power as well, if he could cut him, I think that'll be a huge advantage towards Mike Alvarado. However, Ruslan Provodnikov has a hell of a punch as well. You saw it against Tim Bradley. He can really pressure you and take you out. But I think Mike Alvarado has prepared himself for a fight like this already. He's had 2 wars with Brandon Rios already. So he's ready to fight guys like this. He's been through 24 rounds with a similar kind of fighter. Whereas Provodnikov has been 24 rounds with a similar kind of fighter, except he lost both of those fights, right? He lost to Mauricio Herrera back in the day on Friday Night Fights in a semi-close fight, but clear win for Herrera. And then he lost again to Tim Bradley, most notably for hurting Tim Bradley badly, but just could not knock him down. And it turned out that the fight was so close that a knockdown would have made it a draw. So it shows you how much guts and heart Tim Bradley had to show to stay up in those early rounds, and then he finally went down on his own terms by taking a knee, saving himself from potentially getting knocked out in the final stanza of the fight. I think this is an excellent matchup, but I just see Alvarado using his length, using his foot movement, and circling Provodnikov, using angles, and just similar to what he did against Brandon Rios. I think if he fought the way he fought Brandon Rios most recently, I think he'll just win the fight on points. That's how I see him beating Ruslan Provodnikov. There's a chance, however, and I stress this a lot, there's a good chance that if he lands his right hand repeatedly, he could cut Provodnikov, and the fight could get stopped like that. Um, and you have to be aware of that scenario because that could be a TKO win if he can bust him up real bad and eventually have the fight stopped because the cut gets so bad. I think that's a scenario that could happen. However, if that doesn't happen, I see it going the distance. Provodnikov has a ton of heart, and he's got a hell of a chin. And I think he can take Alvarado the distance, and it could be Gotti Ward all over again. I'll say it right now. Let me know what you guys think it is or what it is. Peace out. Take care.